So, welcome to the talk. Basically, we wish to know about the forestry scenario in Japan. But before that, would you speak about yourself, like your schooling, your college, your learning, your subjects?
So I studied like molecular biology at the university in Japan, and specifically I studied bamboo flowering, and I did the research on the gene and the protein, which is related, the flowering phenomenon in the bamboo. And after taking the master's degree, I joined the Forestry Agency of Japan. And the Forestry Agency of Japan is a governmental agency in charge of like forestry and forest management, and as well as the wood industry. But the biggest mission of the Forestry Agency is to manage the national forest.
But before going into those details, this is one interesting area which you did your research on bamboo flowering. So can you just speak about your work on bamboo flowering?
So I think the Japanese or Chinese bamboo is known as the very long period of the
for flowering.
For flowering, yeah, they're like 70 years. Or there some of the species take more than 100 years, and I just curious why. And I decided started the research on the molecular system behind that, and so I found that some of the genes which are related to the bamboo flowering, but I couldn't find the whole picture of the system. Why they take such a long time for the transition from the vegetation growth.
So you could identify the specific genes responsible for the timing.
Yeah, it's kind of switch gene from for the transition from the vegetation growth to the reproductive growth. Yeah.
And you could identify the gene which is responsible for that switching.
Yeah, I think so. Since the other especially in Arabidopsis, the research has been progressed more, and they found the flowering gene, and I utilized
and when it flowers, all bamboo will be flowering together, right?
Sorry.
All the bamboo will be flowering together. They flower at the same time.
Mostly. It's a little bit complicated, but mostly it is said that they're flowering at the same time. And in Japan, it's said that they will be dying just after the flowering. Yeah.
And you make use of the seeds also. The seeds of the bamboo, the seed of the bamboo, which is available when the flowering happens. Is it used in Japan?
No, really. No. Yeah. It's said because they produced a lot of the seed. Because of the seed, the number of the rats will be increasing, and also which could damage the agricultural crops. It's said in Japan, the bamboo flowering is something bad. Unfortunately.
It is also the same thing happening in northeastern part of India. People are really afraid of bamboo flowering. Because after bamboo flowering, the number of rats increase, and it can lead to famine. Agriculture crops will be damaged. So that's a big scare out there. Now, if you look at the whole forestry sector in Japan or in the timber scenario, Japan is a big importer of timber, right? Where does the timber come from to Japan?
Mainly from the South Asian countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Yeah.
And they come as round logs or
no, mainly in the sawnwood.
Timber. And how is there a production system within Japan?
Production system. It's
plantations.
Plantation. Yeah, we study around 40% of the forest in Japan is the planted forest.
Yeah.
I mean the plantation.
And which species?
Cedars, or the cypress and the larch.
Okay.
Those three are the kind of biggest three.
Teak has come there?
No. I was wondering, teak could be grown in Japan because of the climate change.
Okay.
Yeah, especially sometimes the climate in the Tokyo is very hot right now, and some people from the tropical countries said it is hotter than my country, and
Okay.
I was like, welcome to the true tropical country.
So, is basically climate-wise, it is much more of a temperate. As if you have the coniferous forest, right? Not the broad-leaved forest.
So Japan has the I don't know how to say that.
The northern part.
Northern part and the southern part is which is the Okinawa and Hokkaido. The flora is very different.
Okay.
So in Hokkaido mainly the larch and the other like a spruce is planted. On the other hand, the mainland of Japan we often plant the cedar and the cypress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is the basic purpose of this planted forest?
For the building material and as well as in Japan the slope is very steep and the natural disaster has been happening so often, and so this is planting tree is for the for the precaution or for natural disaster and also for the industrial reason.
So, you have a strong industry there, timber processing industry.
Yeah, like a ratio for the GDP wise, it's
Very small.
tiny, but for the rural areas, the 70% of Japan's land is covered by the forest.
Okay.
And most of the area, they're very steep. I mean, the slope is very steep. And in the rural area, the forestry is the very important industry for securing the employment and also for the revitalizing the economy.
Okay.
And so we are supporting the forestry and the wood industry, especially in the rural area in Japan.
Okay.
And also, also Japan has had the culture of using wood for 1,000 of years. So in terms of the cultural conservation, it is very important to provide the log to the, let's say, the shrine or temple or something like that.
So it has got a very strong, it is strongly embedded in the culture of Japan, the use of wood and wood products. What is the basic responsibility of the Forestry Commission?
Forestry Commission, I mean the Forestry Agency.
Yes, yeah.
Forestry Agency is the biggest mission is to manage the national forest, which is account for around 20% of Japan's land.
Okay.
And so most of our employees are located in the mountainous areas in Japan, like from Okinawa to Hokkaido. And that is the maybe biggest mission for us.
So when you say management, what are the methods you adopt to manage the forest there? Is it you do prevent forest fires or prevent poaching, prevent encroachment, things like that? You do policing also to make sure that the timber is not lost, it is not stolen. You make sure.
Actually, a wildfire and the illegal logging is not that big issue in Japan. It's rarely happen. I mean, the small wire hire have been happening, but it's a very, very small relatively like what's happening in the like North America and Australia. So the issue is not that big. But on the other hand, like landslide or some mountainous like disaster is the more something to be.
So it is basically not man-made issues, but then it is natural disasters which are most important.
Also, yes, and also we are also contributing the local economy. That is also very important.
Okay. What are the major challenges in making sure that the forests are intact? We normally say that Japan takes care of its forests, but then Japan is a big importer of timber from other countries. So there is some forest being cut somewhere else, and the timber comes to Japan, and Japan makes sure that the forests are not touched or protected. So what are the challenges of protecting?
So actually, the wood self-sufficiency of Japan has been increasing. It was around the 20% in early 2000s, but now it's doubled to over 40%.
Okay.
And so the domestic wood market has been expanding, and also the imported wood market has shrinking.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because we Forestry Agency promotes the using wood, especially domestic wood, like local production for local consumption, and it has been like taking like almost 2 decades to promote the call on the business sector to promote the wood use. And when I joined the Ministry of Forestry Agency, which was around 15 years ago, the consumer has the negative perception of the using wood. But right now, they believe that using wood is eco-friendly, and they have changed. Especially what lucky for the Forestry Agency was we developed a very fruitful partnership with the business sector, and that they are so passionate about promoting the domestic timber, domestic wood, especially in the business sector. The construction sector. So that's maybe I'm sorry. This is not organized. My story is very not.
No, but then the most important thing is that the import is getting reduced, and the domestic market is increasing.
Yeah, because the forest resources has been growing in Japan, and many of the sawmills in Japan has shifted from the imported wood to domestic wood. And just 20 years ago, they believed that, they are thinking that the wood is something like coming from the sea, not from forest. But now they're shifting and looking at their own forest. Yeah.
And which species are being planted?
Cedars and cypress.
Okay. And how's the rotation period? How long you?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's like
they grow it.
The average harvesting cycle is like 55 years.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's much longer than tropical trees.
Yeah. For teak, under public sector in India, it is 55 years. But then the private sector cuts it much early, 20-25 years they cut it. So you have a very long cycle. So are people interested to invest in plantations?
No, really. No. That's a problem. Now, so the forest in Japan has been degraded just like during and after the World War II because of the like too much logging and too much wood consumption. And but after that, as I said earlier, Japan is very vulnerable for the natural disaster, and our predecessor had made a lot of the effort to promote the tree planting, not only in the public sector but also the private sector by like providing the subsidies or grant to promote or even hold some kind of a festival to promote the tree planting at the times. And so now they planted a lot of the trees, and now the planting tree has growing, and about the 64% of the planting tree in Japan is now over the 50 years old, which means that they're ready for harvest.
Yeah. So there's as per the estimate, there's a large area which is going to be harvested very soon.
Yeah, so that's why there's many of the sawmills shifting from the imported wood to domestic wood, and also the international market is kind of changeable, and whereas the domestic market is more stable. And so.
So, do you think that the domestic market is going to be flooded with timber from the domestic after the domestic harvest? Because a large area of the timber is going to come to the domestic market. Huge quantity is going to come to the domestic market, right?
Yeah, now the 40% of our like consumption of wood is from domestic forest. Yeah.
And what is the status of the natural forest?
Basically,
is the area stabilized or
we don't touch natural forest, right?
Is the area increasing or decreasing or stabilized?
I don't think so. They're like designated as a protection forest or something.
So it's static. It's not increasing or decreasing. It is stabilized.
No, when it comes to natural forest, I think there is no like big issue. Of course, there are a lot of the tiny issues, like conflict between the wild animal and human, something like that. But although I think it's in a good shape right now.
The forests are basically very unrelated, right? It's not plain. It is very
right. It's I think Japan is very unique. That's something unique to Japan because the terrain is so steep, and it is very difficult to change the land use from forest to, or let's say, agriculture or
that's
something.
Great. That's a very important point. There's a topography that protects the forest. The topography protect the forest from any change happening. I have seen that in Akira Kurosawa's film, Rashomon. There's a whole sequence traveling through the forest. The camera is running and you can see the undulating climb up and down, things like that.
Right.
So that's a very interesting thing. In India also, many of the forests were protected basically because it was very difficult to go there.
Right.
Access it.
Yeah, that's so not like good for the productivity of the forestry as
So
well.
in that case, you are not using a natural forest for any purpose. You take products from the natural forest?
Yeah,
like for example,
like food, some like mushroom or like some like
how about
especially
honey?
honey. There is some like hybrid farmers.
Yeah, medicinal plants.
Medicine plant, there are some, but it's not very popular. Yeah.
Basically, it is being protected, and the forestry sector as a whole is not producing enough money. Large amount of money is not coming to the state forestry.
Yeah, it's in a sense, yes. We are like the Japanese government providing the like subsidies because the forestry sector is not very profitable. But at the same time, as I said earlier, the forestry is very important industry, not only for the local economy but also the disaster prevention or biodiversity or something like that.
Okay. So, what do you think in the coming decade or the coming years, what is going to happen regarding the forests of Japan? Has climate change impacts seen this?
Yeah, climate change is might be the good issue, especially for the like forest in Hokkaido. And but within the 10 years, that's the difficult question.
Okay.
One of the biggest issue for Japan is the decreasing population, especially in the rural area.
Okay.
So we support the forestry and the wood industry in the rural area, but without the people, we cannot maintain. You cannot keep the.
Are they
industry
moving
running.
towards the cities?
Yes, they are moving to, especially to Tokyo, and so that we are like aging and the population is decreasing.
Okay.
So that is the biggest issue
Also,
there.
you don't have enough manpower available in the rural
Yeah,
places.
that could be the like biggest issue. I think the same thing is happening in the other developed country like in America or Canada. Yeah.
So basically, it's a question of very few people available in the rural setting, who can work on forestry activities.
Yeah. This problem is such a huge. So
Yes, sir.
it is really a little bit difficult to like predict the future. So yeah.
Is tourism a major activity in the forest? Tourism?
Tourism.
Is it happening inside forests?
Yes. Have you ever heard of forest bathing?
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's something.
Have you gone for that?
Yes. Actually, the forestry, the one of the like I think the director general of the Forestry Agency has invented the forest bathing, the word forest
I see.
bathing. In Japanese, we call it 森林浴.
Okay.
And he or we has like encouraged the people to go to forest and for the
Experience.
forest bathing. Yeah.
Have you gone?
Yes, of course.
How's the field?
Oh, it's
You go as a
good.
group or you go as just one person going, or is it a group?
The forest bathing, the definition of the forest bathing is very diverse. It could be like a group activity, but even if you go to your forest by yourself, it could be forest bathing. Yeah.
But is that picking up? More and more people are going for forest bathing?
That's a good question. Even though we invented forest bathing, the word, but it spread like in China and South Korea and even in North America. But actually, the ordinary Japanese people, especially living in those living in the urban area, rarely go to forest. It's kind of interesting. They are very interested in forest, and they are very like conscious about the like I don't know how to say like forest and eco-friendly stuff, but they're collecting the information through the internet or like a media or a textbook, and I had given the lecture at the university in Tokyo, and I asked them oh, where is your source of the information about forest? All of them said from internet, or nobody went to forest. Yeah, so I think there is a kind of huge gap, the reality of the forest and
the stories.
Yeah, right.
Also, there's a big gap in the primary data which is coming from the forest. How about the forest research happening in Japan?
Sorry?
For the research on forestry, there are institutions which conduct research doing science of forest activities.
Forestry Research Institute. Forestry Agency has the forest research institution, which is located in Tsukuba near Tokyo, and they are conducting forest science research, especially now they focus on the climate change or mitigation. So some of them are research the essential oil from the tree. Yeah.
Also, that is just one institution.
We have just one, but some of the university has the a forestry science faculty.
Okay. So that was interesting talking to you.
Thank you. So, I'm sorry for my broken English.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.